This is every single booster box of Naruto Kayou cards released from tiers 1 through 4, and today we're going to be opening all 514 packs to see what kind of crazy cards we can pull. I'm also going to be giving away most of the hits I get. Stay tuned shortly for details on how to have a chance to win. Special thank you to Grand Anime Card for hosting this video. I've always wanted to do this and they helped me greatly to make this happen. If you're looking for a great place to order Kayou singles, bundles, boxes, sealed cases, check out their website at grandanimecard.com, or there's going to be a link in the description of the video taking you there. For the giveaway, I'll be selecting 2 random comments in the first 24 hours this video goes live, and then we'll get to select 3 of any cards pulled today, and I'll send them to you. I'll also select 1 more winner in a few weeks. Pin your comment, and you'll get to select 10 cards. Without delay, let's crack open some packs. Tier 1 is the first type of boxes that we'll look at, and they come in 4 different waves. It's a rectangular package, has some saran wrap around it to seal it, and this is right here the very first box ever printed. A very difficult one to come by though these days. Wave 2 comes in this yellow box, and then the third wave is going to be the orange, and our 4th and final is going to be with Zabuza on the front, the purple box. So let's jump over back to the first and get it opened up. These boxes do come with 36 packs. And you might be thinking, how are we going to open up over 500 packs in 20 minutes? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of editing in this video, probably over easily 5 or 6 hours worth of footage. But we're going to be opening up the first pack of each box just to take a little look to see how the layout is for the pack. So there's our first. And here's our second, hopefully a little bit better than the first. And we have an SSR, okay, a little bit better. And just to prove to you and kind of give you a sped up version, I am opening up each and every single pack on camera to make sure that I capture all the hits. Now the tier 1 boxes have very low hit rates, so it's abysmal. What you're gonna get out of these boxes are not much. I do not recommend them highly, but here is our hit for the box, which is gonna be the UR of Jiraiya, a very early version of the URs they released. Here's some of the hits for the remaining packs. Unfortunately, it is a lot of SSRs, which aren't exactly bad cards, but they're not great. Anything that you pull, you're going to be proud of if it's like UR or above, I'd say. Everything else is quite common. So first box, quite a dud. Now for Tier 1 Wave 2. Same thing before with the 36 packs. Skipping ahead to pack number 4, and if you didn't notice before, there's 5 cards in each pack. Usually it's like 4 rares and then whatever the hit is, an SR, SSR, or something better, like the OR of Kakashi right here, a really good looking one. So that's gonna be one of the main hits for the box for sure. And then we have an SSR of Orochimaru. And next up for pack number 31, we're going to get an SSR of Sasuke. And ending the box on the second to last pack, we pulled the MR for Kaguya. This is the first MR ever made. These cards are some of my favorite style ever created in the Kayou series, so an epic pull for sure to get her. 2 hits for the Wave 2 box, so a little bit better, and we'll see what Wave 3 has in store. And here's what the packs look like for this wave. Hope is still quite low for these boxes because of how bad the pull rates can be, but it goes hand in hand with the price on these, right? They're the cheapest type of box, but mainly because you're going to be getting a lot of bulk in each pack that you open. And by bulk, I mean like the R cards or the SR cards, even the SSRs, you get a lot of those over the time as you open up stuff. And for pack number 6 here, we can see the hit was backwards for some reason, but we did pull a OR of the 3rd Hokage, Hiruzen, with Monkey King Enma. And then on to pack number 10, get an SSR of Minato. These packs are so weird because the hits are upside down and flipped around. So we have the SSR for Naruto, and ending on pack number 36 with an SSR for Datara. So only 1 hit for this box as expected. And on to our wave number 4. Unfortunately, I did take the wrapping off this one already too. Forgot to hit the record button, so that's going to be missing. At this point, I've already opened 108 packs. It's quite exhausting to open these boxes, especially with a like 1 or 2% hit rate for the amount of packs or cards you get per pack. But crazy enough, for this box, I was able to pull one of the rarest cards you can, which is a GP rare, which is white and red. So really cool looking card on the first pack. But when I said one of the rarest you can pull, I mean one of the rarest in the tier 1 boxes. So jump into pack 31, thankfully able to get a UR hit for Haku. So a 2-hit box, I guess not too bad for these one, but that wraps up everything for tier 1. Again, don't recommend it. Here's an overview of like some of the SSRs that I pulled for these. You know, if you like these or if you like collecting bulk, these are probably the ones for you. If you're looking for hits, we're going to be looking at the further tiers that we'll be showcasing next. With tier 2, it actually comes with 6 different waves, so an increase of 2 boxes compared to the last. And here is our first box. A lot of cool characters on the front of that, and the wave 2 version of that. For each tier, I do want to do an overview of each box so you know exactly which one is which. If you are hunting these on the market at all, you know exactly which ones to aim for. And we can see that little silver strip on this box and also on the next one. So I guess an extra added security measure on top of the shrink wrap that's already on it. I mentioned before the first tier did have 36 packs, and these are going to have 30, same amount of cards inside as well, with there being 5. And we can see 1, 2, 3, so 4 rare cards and an SR for our first pack. And we're going to just breeze through this first stack, mainly because it is going to be a bunch of SSR, so nothing on this first side hit-wise. Unfortunate for sure, but you have to think about the early waves. There wasn't a lot of different rarities that existed. There was, like, as we've seen so far, like the UR type. Here we go. So there was AR for the AR Sorcery, one of the earlier ones. And then they had like some SPs. Eventually they implemented MRs as well. So in my experience, if you did try to complete your collection by opening boxes, it's going to be a lot before you do that. So definitely check out buying singles. You know, Grand Anime Card has a lot of amazing options available on there to choose from. But there's nothing like open up a booster box and you can have a chance to pull some of the rare cards that do exist in these sets. Which is one thing I'll mention. They eventually came out with something called case hits. And what this means is they're really high-end cards that you can pull. I think for the tier 2, it's going to be the NR type cards. And so for those, it's like every 30 boxes, there's only 2 boxes that'll have a case hit inside of them. So really difficult to obtain those if you've ever opened stuff. For pack number 3, we do have an AR for Kisame. I love the earlier versions of those. The UR for Hashirama was pulled as well. So already getting some better pulls out of box number 2. This SSR is one of my favorite, one of the earlier ones they released with. And 13, another one, so a UR of Sage Mode Naruto. Very fun seeing some of the earlier hits coming out of these cases. I've opened up so many packs on the channel. It's great to see these in person again. On to wave number 3. Hopefully we keep on getting better hits. For those of you that might not know, my love for cards stems from the fact that I love displaying them next to my statues. I do love collecting them as well, but it's so fun to pair them perfectly up with them. For our first pack, we have nothing, and then for pack number 5, looks like OR Young Tsunade. Very nice looking one. And for pack number 13, we have the OR for Guren. Very underrated character in the series for sure. Had a bit of a dry spell opening up a few packs, which is pretty common the way that they do pack these boxes. It feels like it's like you get back-to-back hits sometimes. But for this one, we got the MR for Kushina, an amazing looking card. Got Kurama in the background, the chains, got the holographic pattern on there. So that's an awesome one. Next up, we have a UR for Sage Mode Naruto. Love this pose for him. And unfortunately, that's going to be the last hit for this box, but still on par with what we've been seeing and a lot better than those pesky tier 1. So nice, we got 4 pulls off of this one. On to the wave 4 box. Nice looking pack art, and this specific wave ushers in a new era where we're going to see a different style of card enter. It's called a ZR style, so it's actually going to be increasing the amount of hits that we get per box, and honestly giving us another type of card to collect overall. So nothing for the first pack, and for the first hits on our first half is going to be the UR for Young Sasuke, and here are those ZR cards with Tamari, Gaara. You can see the Gaara silhouette in the background, a Haku OR, and the MR for Naruto. That's an amazing one to pull. But yeah, tier 2, waves 4 through 6 have a lot more hits we'll be seeing. UR Rage Naruto, the ZR for Tenten, and the ZR for Neji. So a total of 8 hits compared to 4 from the last. So on to wave 5. I personally didn't open a lot of the waves 5 and 6 for this set. I did buy some singles online, but maybe like 1 or 2 boxes, so it's going to be exciting to see what's in them. And for our first pack, we have nothing, but they did also introduce in this series some Boruto characters, so it's nice to get some variety mixed into there with them. And then for this one we have, so the MR for Sage Mode Mitsuki, an amazing looking card right there. And the rest of the cards for the side, we have that Cloud Shinobi, my guy ZR, the Conqueror ZR, one of my favorite characters right there. Minato as well, that's an awesome looking one. And then we had that Sage Mode card we saw before. The percentage of these packs are really increasing from like the tier 1 versions, because I think it was like 1% hit rate, and for these it's almost like a 25% chance to land a rare card. And there we have it, SP Sasuke, the Kirin version of him. That is an amazing looking card right there. And for the rest of the box, we had the Yamato, the ZR for Young Tsunade. It's got Orochimaru as well. Nice seeing those side by side. And the Sasuke. So a grand total of 9 hits for this box. That is crazy. That's almost like a 30% hit rate. And there's everybody all together. And don't worry for those that are concerned about me not sleeving up these cards. I am, as soon as they get off camera, putting them in some safe sleeves. Can this box beat the previous 9 hits in one box? That is the question. Let's see what the first pack holds for us. Got a Kakashi and a Naruto and a Womp Womp, a SSR for Shino. Though a cool looking card, definitely a character I wish we saw more of in this series. And unfortunately, the rest of this box was pretty much a dud because we got a lot of duplicate ZR cards. So we have Asuma, we have another duplicates for these two as well. And then we have him too with the duplicates. And then we have this character from Boruto in the AR. And these are the redeeming cards right here. OR Naruto and the 1,000 Years of Pain Kakashi. This is a card I definitely been wanting to get graded as well. And it's time to spice things up with our tier 3 boxes. They have 5 different waves and it comes with 20 packs in each box. This one right here got it all started for me. The first box I opened up on the channel, and wave 2 coming in with that Sage Mode Naruto on the front. Wave 3 trying to give us a high five without outstretched. And then for some reason on wave 4 we have this like new security strip. We've seen on a few other boxes as well right there. It's a nice little feature they added, even though they are shrink wrapped. And then our wave 5 box has like a golden color to it with Gaara. All right, so on to wave 1. This box is super precious. The original video, I think I opened like 10 boxes, got over 1 million views. Super thankful for everyone who enjoyed it. And there's so many people now just enjoying Naruto Kayou cards in general. It's been amazing to see how it's grown in the United States as new waves are releasing soon as well. And so we'll see here for our first pack. We have a, oh my gosh, we have, that's right, the silver AR. So these are the ones you can only receive, I believe, in this box. We can get these silver variants. Usually they're gold ARs, but the silver come for like the first like 10 cards I think they released. And here's those ones they have in the back as well, the chibi characters. The first half of this box, pretty well for some SSRs, the UR Mizukage and the Kisame that we saw before. One thing I remember from opening a bunch of packs or boxes of this one was there's like a 50% chance to land an SP. And for this one, we have my favorite SSR from the earlier ones. And then we have the UR for Han. And then we have the silver version for Conan. Unfortunately, just 4 hits for this one. So not a good box. It happens sometimes, all right? Moving on, I'm really hoping that we get some of these case hits. Those very special case hits come in some of the later sets because these earlier waves just didn't have those type of rarities built into them at that time. Speaking of rarities, I think it was in this Wave 2 box where they first introduced stuff like ORs and MRs and really just elevated artwork, original artwork for Naruto cards. You know, sometimes they recycle, you know, old Bandai stuff, but this is just, that's one thing I love about Kayou cards is some of the artwork is just so unique and amazing. Oh, and there it is, one of my favorite MRs they've ever made right there of Guy using Night Guy with a dragon behind him. It's so good. That's one of my favorites they did come out with. So here's the first hits for our left side. A few SSRs. The UR Tamari, UR Naruto, and as we saw, my guy before. I did some card grading videos a little bit ago. I graded through a Canadian company called MNT, and I was actually able to get a black label for that guy before, so an amazing one to have in the collection. Here's some of the SSRs we got on the right side of the stack. An AR for Anbu Itachi, and then we have the AR for Six Paths Obito, and ending on the OR of Tobirama, an amazing OR that I love so much. And a lot of better hits for this box as well, too. A nice little increase. That Wave 1 box was pretty rough, but if you're not going to land an SP in those boxes, it is definitely going to be a little bit less hits for them. So thankfully with these later waves, they do seem to be a little bit more consistent with the 5 to 7 hit range for sure. The packs in these tier 3 as well are a lot thicker, so harder to open up. You saw me struggle there to get those open. They're just not as easy or thin as the other ones. Ooh, a nice little UR for Anbu Itachi. We just saw the AR previously before, and those chibi cards there with Sasuke and Itachi. For the left side, we'll see the SSRs that we did pull, the Itachi from before, and then we have the UR Sage Naruto. Love this pose, so we pulled him before on the other box, and then the OR for Shizune and Tauntaun. This right side sure came in swinging. The UR for Hinata. Then we have the UR for Minato, OR Rock Lee, the SP for Sarada, a cool looking card, and then the MR for Minato. Man, that was an amazing MR card. It's from SRs as well to wrap it up. Very nice to pull an SP card. I feel like I haven't pulled enough SPs in the series so far, but a lot of these later boxes are going to have more opportunities to pull those for sure. In fact, some of the tier 1 and 2 boxes do have some of the earlier SPs that are a little bit expensive, sometimes like the $20 to $30 range to own, some even more expensive though. This is just one SP that's like SP009, the Gaara that came from these EX packs. Whew, that is an expensive SP to own. Love the chibi for Sage Mode Naruto. In our left side pack, got a few SSRs coming in. And then first we have the UR for Adult Hokage Naruto. Sage Mode again Naruto. They love their UR Sage Mode Narutos. An OR for Conan. Very nice looking card. With only 3 hits in the left side packs, I'm hoping that this right side is a little bit better off. Going through the SSRs, there we go, UR Tsunade, and then the Rage Mode Naruto UR, and we have Fu and Chomei OR, and there we go, the SP for Itachi. That is an incredible pull. I love how that feels like it's popping out of the frame there. So our 5th and final box, the 5th wave for the tier 3 with that Gaara. Again, the box has like a yellowish tint to it, like a gold tint to it compared to the other ones were more silver colored. Also, just as a precaution, these boxes tend to have a lot more space or empty space in there because the packs don't take up as much, and so they might arrive to crushed compared to others just because of that. I wish they were a little bit more condensed with their packaging for these tiers. Nothing for our first pack, and for our left side, we'll see the SSRs that we got. And bam, there we go, the OR for Shikamaru, the young version, AR for Jiraiya. That's an incredible looking card. Oh, so only 2 hits for that left side. Oh, come on, right side, come in swinging. The SSRs definitely got cooler for these later sets. We have our first UR, our second of Naruto. That looks amazing, so bright and vibrant. The Ino AR. The OR for Might Die, and ending in the SP for Minato, bursting out of that frame. That's an incredible card. One of the best we've pulled so far for sure. It looks amazing. Jumping in to our tier 4. Comes in 5 different waves, and there is 18 packs in there. Usually a little bit more condensed hits, and this is one of the rarest boxes they've ever come out with here. Very hard to track down. They're not sealed with the shrink wrap. They have these little stickers that are on the side that tend to come loose during the shipping process. And here is our wave number 2. These boxes are very similar to the tier 3s where there's a lot of like empty space in the box because there is only 18 packs in here. So they do tend to arrive pretty beat up because of that. Again, I wish they would have done like a condensed package version. I don't know why they felt like they needed to do bigger boxes for these. In fact, these are like the largest box we have with the least amount of packs inside of them. But here's how they look when you open them up. There's like a little plastic piece that usually tends to try to hold the cards in place. Sometimes it doesn't. Gonna count these real quick because that box almost looked like it was open. I don't think it was. I think the stickers came loose. And okay, so there is 18 packs in total. That feels almost wrong opening these for how rare it is to just find this box. But standard to the other ones as well. It's gonna have just 5 cards inside of them. Very thick wrappers for these 2. So kicking off with the rare. Another rare as well, an SR, and our hit is just an SSR for this one. And we have these cards in the back. They're like these like lithogram that have some movement to them. SLR Rainbow Style is a new kind that is introduced in this tier. And then we have the UR for Kakashi and the AR for Toby. That's one of the earlier ones. And jumping to our right side packs. Please don't cringe as I open some of these. They, again, are very, very tough and thicker packaging compared to some of the earlier ones. But for this one, we have the hit is going to be the SP for Kaguya. Dude, this is a pretty rare one to find right here. one of the difficult ones to pull, of course, because it's in one of these boxes right here. So, man, that's in really good condition as well. And for the rest of the right side packs, oh, my favorite style of UR with the tailed beast and Jinchuriki, the AR for Itachi, look at clean. And then we had that SP for Kage. So not a lot of hits in this entire box. Par for the course for these dang wave ones for any tier so far. It seems like they're abysmal drop rates. Beware, be noted, this is how the packs normally look in these things too. They're spread and scattered out everywhere. I also want to share that if you are new to Naruto Kayou card collecting, check out the Facebook group that I created well over a year plus ago, about 6,000 members. I'll put a link in the description. That's a great place you could learn, find some information, ask questions. Just join a community of people who are actively collecting and posting all the time on there. So great place to join for sure. Our left side packs the UR Shikamaru, the dark variant version of the SLR Neji. Then we have a Neji OR in the back right behind that. Perfect. Awesome looking. And jumping into our right side hits. Ooh, SSR Sasuke. Another one of my early favorite SSRs. The dark variant of SLR Choji, Orochimaru. And then we have, the lighter version of that same one, AR Kakazu. And then we have the OR for Granny Chiyo. And oh, the sweet, the SP for Tsunade was pulled in this box. All right, wave 3 coming up. And one thing I will say is the SLR rarity that are in these boxes, those rainbow color style versions, I am not a huge fan of. I like to collect most of the different, rarities that exist with Kayou. That's the one that I kind of like skip the most out of everything. I don't know why, I just don't dig them, don't like it, especially the fact that they have like dark and light variants for those. And you have to collect them all in order to do that. So a little bit of a pain, but for our left side, we have a bunch of SSRs. We have adult Sasuke, and then the OR of Kakashi with his Ninken. Oh, that's such a great OR right there. Right side hits, we have UR Rock Lee, followed by the UR of Gaara, and then getting into more of the SLR. I swear, the SLR make it feel like inflated rates. We're gonna have a total of, there we go, total of 5 cards pulled from this box. The OR 1010, and then the AR of Jiraiya. Those ZRs that we saw in the tier 3 boxes definitely take the cake from me for my special subset within a set that exists. For sure though, the way that I recommend going with collecting these cards is buy a few boxes, experience cracking open some of the packs, enjoy the thrill of that, and then buy some singles, fill in your card and your binder, whichever one you're missing. The Grand Anime Card Store definitely has a lot of amazing options when it comes to singles that you can purchase and pick up. So our first pack, we have the dark version of Ino, and then the rest of our left side, we have the UR of Deidara, we have the adult Sasuke, there's that Ino again. And then we have, we've already seen this one, that OR. Very cool to see updated cards for the Tailed Beast and the Jinchuriki. And then we have Sage Mode Naruto. We've seen this one, Adult Naruto as well, or Hokage, Killer B. And then we have Adult Sasuke AR and the MR for the War Attire of Jiraiya. That's an awesome as well, with Gamabunta sitting there on the side. And we have our final Wave 5 box with Naruto and Pain on the front. If you made it this far as well, be sure to leave a comment below so you be participated in the giveaway, where you get to select 3 different cards. Looking forward to selecting those 2 winners within the first 24 hours, and the future winner will get 10 cards in a few weeks. So our first pack for our last wave, we're gonna see, all right, so just an SSR for Gaara. Very cool HR for Obito, and then we have UR for Shino, the UR for Karin, and then we have the OR for Samui, and ending our left side with the SLR for Kiba. And for the right side, we have the UR for Samui, the SLR for young Naruto, OR for Kurenai, AR for Kiba, and ending with the SP for Ito Itachi. What a heck of a pull to end on. And here is the aftermath of opening up everything. Tons of other Kayou content on the channel. I encourage you to check that out. And as always, I'll see you in the next. Do what you love and love what you do. Bam out.